38 days might not seem like a long time, but it is for Dexter when you haven't had a kill in that period. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Dexter Season 2 reviews are happening right here, right now on the channel. And it's been 5 weeks since Dexter murdered his brother Brian, the ice truck killer. But surprisingly, that is the last kill that Dexter has had. 38 days now since he killed his brother, and he's not been able to kill another person since then. Why? Is it because there's been no bad guys? No. Is it because Dexter is feeling maybe bad and feeling upset about killing his brother? Possibly. But I think a big reason for him not being able to kill is James Doakes. He's following him like an absolute madman.
Like a bad smell. A Doakes smell. He is. And you know what? It is harassment, but you're not going to report me, right, motherfucker? No, he's not. Dexter's not going to report him. And, you know, is no one else noticing this? Is Dexter... Maybe they just think Doakes likes a good bowling game.
Well, to be honest, Doakes has kind of been up Dexter's ass from day one.
He has, but it's in hyperdrive right now. I mean, he's probably following him when he takes a shit.
So yeah, Dexter can't go anywhere without Doakes following him. And Season 2 begins the exact same way as Season 1, with Dexter saying, tonight's the night, and it's going to happen again and again. And you think you're getting the exact same intro, but it turns out he's not talking about killing, he's talking about bowling night, because that's what Dexter has taken up. He's trying to lose Doakes' tail, so he's taken up bowling to hope that Doakes maybe gives up on following him. But no, Doakes is sitting here night after night after night. Doakes is watching Dexter play bowling. Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling, man. And he leaves a spare on his first hit, and then he manages to get it. But you know what? It was a nice wee bit of camera cutting here, because he definitely wasn't going to hit it. But then they cut down the alley. Boom.
Yeah, Masuka says he wants to go to the strip club and see a real 7-10 split, so tells Dexter to wrap this game up with a strike. But then he throws a gutter ball, and that's enough for Doakes to be like, ah well, this game's a bogey. And Doakes finally leaves, allowing Dexter to get a kill, and he's going to kill a blind voodoo priest called Jimmy Sensio. Dexter says he doesn't discriminate against race, gender, or disability, so he's going to kill Jimmy Sensio like he'd kill anyone else. Apparently this man is a murderer, and he's been killing people with setting curses on them, but it turns out that wasn't the case. He was actually spiking their drinks
with ricin, and that's intriguing, because how could a blind man spike people's drink with ricin? Because if you absorb ricin in any shape or form through the skin, you're humped.
Yeah, so I don't know how he's been doing it.
I could almost actually buy the curses more than the ricin.
Possibly, but Dexter lets him go. Maybe all the chickens watching, maybe there was an audience, maybe it was making Dexter uneasy.
Maybe he's just getting weak.
But he couldn't bring himself to kill Jimmy Sensio, and that means that no one has died by the hands of Dexter since his brother Brian. We then go to a homicide scene the next day. There's a gang member on the shore on bricks. He's been like sliced and diced, partly by gang lord Little Chino.
It's a machete.
Yeah, machete. The victim's mother appears, and she's begging for someone to kill her son's murderer. And Dexter's thinking, well, that's straight up my alley.
Dexter, your man for murder. He is, but here, the mother just admitting here at the crime scene that here someone needs to kill him. Damn, that puts motive in here, but not a reliable witness this woman is, because she's an ex-junkie. Or is there anything such as an ex-junkie?
No, yes. There's probably a current junkie and remaining junkie.
And she is definitely current, because she's on the heroin, the devil's spice?
Yeah, so that means that her statement isn't going to hold up. And when you see Little Chino walk in for the first time, this guy towers over Doakes, and Doakes is a pretty big guy. Doakes has got a big muscular physique.
It's not just height as well, it is everything.
But
I'd say this guy's about 6'9".
But Little Chino literally makes Doakes look like a dwarf. Doakes is questioning him, but when Chino confirms that that Marisa is a heroin addict, then that means the case is out the window. So for now, Chino gets to walk, but Dexter's happy about it because he thinks he will get Chino a later date. Debra is basically suffering from, obviously, her relationship with Brian. She's got some PTSD, so to speak. Anytime she's out in public. There's people taking pictures of her, going, "Oh, there's the ice truck killer's girlfriend. She's hot," and it's bringing back bad memories. So she's also staying with Dexter. I guess she doesn't want to stay in her own apartment.
That's another thing could be affecting Dexter's killing with her there.
Yeah, he's just he has to find time for Rita. He's constantly been surrounded by Debra, and then he's got Doakes probably outside watching him. It's like the guy's been spied on. He's not got anywhere to go.
Yeah, he's not, and he must be feeling quite claustrophobic right now.
He is. Rita takes her children, Aster and Cody, to visit Paul in prison. And I think Paul will continue to show here that he is a good dad, despite maybe not being a good father. And a good...
Some of our polls suggest that he's a bastard, damn it.
Yeah, some of them did, but even, you see, I think he does care about his kids.
He loves them, but he's not a good father. I think that's what we agreed on.
Well, he seems like a good father, though. I guess you could argue he wouldn't be.
Yeah, but my point is, if he was a good father, he'd be there and he wouldn't beat and rape the mum.
Oh, he didn't really. He couldn't help that Dexter drugged him, though, could he?
No, but I think he belongs in jail.
Probably does, to be fair.
He can cry wolf about, "Oh, there's bad people in here," but so you're a rapist.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for me, I view rape as a worse crime than murder. So, to me, he is like the worst of the worst.
Well, Dexter doesn't.
Nah, well, Dexter's a wee fucking fruitcake, isn't he?
I guess so.
No, but, I mean... So, you're saying Dexter doesn't, so Dexter views himself as worse than Paul? Because he actually kills people? I know he's killing bad people, but still, he's still a murderer.
I'd say so.
So Dexter...
I'd say Dexter
views himself as worse than Paul. And I think that's crazy.
Fucking look at the amount of people he's killed. Come on,
but they all deserve it. No one deserves to get raped. People deserve to get killed. Murder's justified, rape ain't, and that's why Paul's worse than Dexter.
Is murder really justified?
It's more than rape, I don't really... Yeah, but my point is, it's more justifiable.
Nah, I'm not buying that. I don't think you can really justify it.
Murder in any case, any shape or form.
Not really, no.
I think Dexter killing people who are getting away with their crimes is fucking perfectly fine.
Name me an example where murder's justifiable.
War. If someone rapes your kids and you kill them.
Alright, and what if someone kills your kids and you rape them? I'll turn that around on you.
But that's just fucking weird. Name me one scenario in history where the fuck that's happened.
I don't know, I'm just trying to spin what you said.
No, fuck it, no, hit me with that.
Probably not, probably hasn't happened, like...
Well, if you can come back with a scenario, I'll come back with an answer.
Well, either way, like, I think Paul was a pretty good... not a good husband. I think he's a pretty...
So what you're saying is you don't want Dexter to kill Paul, you want to rape him?
Maybe not, no, I retract
this
that.
show would be a bit fucking weird if that happened.
Yeah, definitely, I retract that statement. By the way, like, I think
Look
Paul...
for the show, Rita, you raped me.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, Paul's playing with his kids, time's up, he has to go, but he tells Rita, "Look, I need you to find the shoe. The shoe is my way of getting out of here." Rita doesn't really believe him. She's already found the shoe, but she kind of just downplays Paul and says, "Look, I will see you in a couple of weeks." But to basically go through all this Paul stuff, Rita ends up going on a night out with Debra. Debra doesn't really want to go out with Rita. Rita doesn't want to go out with Debra. Debra wants to be left alone, and Rita wants to go out with Dexter, but Dexter's too busy. He's got a killing spree on. He's going to take out little
I just don't see how these two would ever get along. Like, they're just...
polar opposites.
Yeah, they're just cut for a different cloth.
So Dexter manages to make up an excuse, and he plays the "what did I ever ask you to do for me" card on Debra, and Debra's like, "Fuck it, you're right. You don't ask me for shit." So she has to do it. They go out. Debra gets touched on the shoulder by some guy when she's ordering a drink. She turns around, punches him in the nose, screams, "He grabbed me! He grabbed me!" Then after that, Rita gets a phone call, and it turns out that Paul is dead. He got in a fight with someone in the prison, altercation, and it ended up him dying. So apparently it's because he was angry on the phone. Rita told him that she found the shoe and she wasn't going to let him ruin a relationship with Dexter. He ended up smashing the phone a few times, and then the fight happened. So we don't know. We didn't get to see the fight. I think it would have been pretty cool to see the fight, but it probably came as a bigger shock to reveal Paul's death without seeing the fight.
Yeah, we haven't really seen an alone Paul scene, so I think it would have been a bit weird. I think if they did show it, it'd been like, this guy's probably going to die here. But do we feel sorry for Paul?
I do.
I personally don't, right? But I can see why Rita would. I actually thought her revealing that she did find the shoe was actually going to lead to him maybe getting out, but no, I actually cannot believe he died. I'm fucking genuinely shocked that he died, actually.
So you don't feel a bit sorry for him, no?
No, even though he gets set up, like, I mean, it's prison, that's what happens. He belongs there.
Fair enough. But then see, like, there's a team of like treasure hunters. They're diving in the river, the ocean, looking for treasure. They don't find treasure. What they do? Well, they find Dexter's treasure. They find a shitload of heavy duty bin bags with body parts, and there's like hundreds here. Absolutely crazy amount. Maybe not hundreds, but there's like multiple dozens.
I think there was at least 30 bin bags.
36, I think, were found. There's just a shitload of bin bags and a shitload of dead bodies, and then they end up bringing a crew to help lift these bin bags up. Meanwhile, Dexter goes to another bowling game, but when Doakes decides that, you know what, screw it, I'm not sitting around here to watch Dexter throw more gutter balls, Dexter finally gets his opportunity. He manages to track down little Chino, who's getting a blood drop added to his tattoo. I think the blood drops symbolise every kill that he's committed.
9, I believe.
He's got 9. So Dexter's like, well, you ain't getting any more tattooed on you. So
how many Dexters have, man?
Run the body work to get the tattoos on.
Run out of skin.
So Dexter then gives him a double dose of injection because he's a big guy and he probably needed it.
Yeah, he did need it. It's like, you got enough tranquilizer to take down a horse. That's what you needed here.
Yeah, that is what you needed. So he gets him, he manages to get the kill table ready. I think it's like a big plank of wood, and he slides little Chino onto it and then slides the plank of wood up into the kill table. So he couldn't get him onto the table, I guess, so he had to kind of, I don't know, compromise and get him on a plank and then like slide the plank onto the kill table. He's got him wrapped in bubble wrap. He cuts his cheek and he's trying to get the blood slide, but his hands start to tremble. He's not, I don't know, what's happened to Dexter? Little Chino then wakes up and starts to shake vigorously, and all of a sudden, Dexter's like, oh shit, not enough tape, and little Chino manages to break free with one hand. He grabs Dexter when Dexter's trying to stab him. Then Dexter, with his left hand, hits a few punches to the jaw that pretty much has zero effect on little Chino. Dexter then, with his left hand, grabs a machete or a cleaver even, and he goes to strike it down. But when he does, little Chino's already off the table. And I tell you what, for a big man, he moved fast. He was gone.
Did he bottle it? He could have took Dexter on here.
The guy's fucking naked, man, and Dexter's got
he's fucking 7 foot tall.
I know, but he's probably thinking, what the fuck?
No, if there's one guy for Dexter not to put enough tape on, it's this guy. What are you doing?
And then Dexter can't believe what he's done. He goes...
I'm 7'2", 500 pounds.
Big show. He gets home. Rita is crying. She reveals that Paul is dead. Dexter's like, oh. Dexter doesn't really know how to comfort Rita. Yes, he doesn't really know how to comfort anybody. And Rita cries about how she doesn't know what she's going to tell her kids and how she's going to explain that their father is dead.
That's the problem, though. They don't really know how bad he is. That's the biggest issue here.
Yeah.
It's not like they're 15, they know he's a bastard.
Speaking of fathers, we've seen some flashbacks where Dexter...
Big John
almost killed his own father, almost shot him when he says, I've got to go and work some overtime. Dexter ends up pulling the trigger, not intentionally, but I mean, he almost killed
Big
Harry Morgan there. Almost bit the dust.
What if Dexter killed Harry Morgan?
What if it happened? We also seen the new boss, whose name I totally forget, but LaGuerta,
I don't like her.
LaGuerta seen her having an argument with her boyfriend, and there was stuff like that going on, and just doesn't really look right having LaGuerta sitting out with the other detectives and this Haiti woman in the the commander's room. But pretty much, I just don't really see her as a leader.
I don't know. What was the racist white guy?
Oh god!
Could he not have got like a demotion because of like a couple like taking this?
Until I came around, you were just another spick, LaGuerta.
Yeah, why? I would have liked him in that role.
What's his name? He's above that role though.
Yeah, but could they not have had a storyline where
what's his name? I can't remember. What's his name?
I can't remember what his name is. Brian? James?
No.
Michael?
No.
Terry?
No.
Old fucking white guy.
I forget his name.
White privilege on a stick.
I can't remember his name. That's going to piss me off. Anyway, we had that happening. That's pretty much it. There wasn't really much for Sergeant Batista in this. Wasn't really much for Masuka.
Or Doakes. Doakes just drove a bit.
Yeah, Doakes was just basically spying on Dexter.
Nice tits.
Then Dexter. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good scene. When Doakes comes in and Dexter's obviously looking up information on Little Chino. But when Doakes comes in, he hits his computer and it goes on to like some titty website. Doakes is like, "What the hell were you doing?" Dexter's like, I'm looking at some porno sites, and Doakes then reveals that in the last 10 years, Dexter has never rented a porno movie. And at this point, Dexter's like, he's on to me. Dexter says, "What you're doing could be described as harassment." Doakes is like, "Well, then report me, motherfucker."
Could be described, of course it fucking is.
Then Doakes leaves, says, "Nice tits." And Dexter contemplates for a little minute, maybe killing Doakes would be the best thing to do. But he doesn't. Then Dexter, after, I guess, consoling Rita and making sure she's alright about Paul's death, he returns home. Debra's excited though. She wants to show him something on the news. And it is the fact that all these dead bodies in bin bags have been brought up. She says this case is going to be huge. This case is bigger, way bigger than the ice truck killer, and she says it's going to give her a chance for redemption because she couldn't catch the ice truck killer, but she's going to be able to catch this killer. And all of a sudden Dexter's like, oh shit, not a good situation for him, and he starts feeling his heart, and his heart starts pounding, and who knows, maybe this can get Dexter back into the killing mood, that now that he knows that his bodies are being discovered.
Yep, but if word gets out in the street, Little Chino, I'm sure will probably tell the story. Then they'll know this killer's still active.
Big Chino.
And if they ever... Yeah, and if that other guy talks, Blind Man... Yeah.
Well, he didn't really see Dexter, did he? So he's not like...
I know, but there would be enough evidence that there is a serial killer with the same scar as Little Chino.
True. So
Two different... a blind black guy and a 7-foot spick.
Right, he doesn't discriminate. Anyway, time to give the rating. I'll get a 7.
Yes, I'll give it a 7 too. It was a nice wee way to get us back in.
Yeah. Also, the season 1, the season 1 breakdown, which previously on Dexter, it did a good job. Like I'm not saying you didn't have to watch season 1, but it pretty much covered every little detail what happened in season 1.
Yeah, you almost did need to watch. What it really missed out is pretty much like all of Dexter's kills apart from the first one.
But anyway, I thought that was pretty good because if you haven't watched,
obviously his brother.
I think that was pretty good because if you haven't watched Dexter in a while, it would get you back into
like us.
Yeah, it would.
We're back, guys.
Get you back into the game. So yeah, that's it. Paul's dead. Little Chino survives. But how much longer?
We'll have to wait and see. Big Chino became Little Man.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Being Fog Entertainment. Thanks for watching and peace.